This is not the first time Pelumi has been accused of being irresponsible. There is a case of what's the word? Let's fund she received. Let her come and account what she used her money for. Your workers accused you of carrying the money to be renting hotels all over Surulere. Pelumi left home. I don't want to mention where her house is, but somewhere in Lagos.
Welcome to Breaking News Wahala and the news this hour. Today we have a special person in our studio to talk on the pressing matter. Before I reveal who we are giving you an update on what is happening with the said allegation with Happiest Ones initiative and also Dollar Cream. On our previous video, we had made mention that Happiest Ones were given a project by North Carolina University to do a project in the community, which I said in my words, the ED took the money and ate the money. And we have been having conversations about this matter. The ED had given me a few calls and we have spoken. But at the end of the whole day, he has not shown me bank transactions to prove that this money was given to the said persons he claims were given. A few couple of people have come up and said, "Oh, I received money." But we know from this project, we were supposed to have two sections of the project. The first sections, I'm not going to reveal the name of the project because of confidentiality, but we were supposed to have over 60 participants, but we ended up having 30 participants last year, December, because of the scandal of what was going on with the ED. I have only heard from one or two persons out that said, "Oh, we received money," but we know from the project we are supposed to receive 30 people were supposed to receive money. So today to speak on this person matter is no other person than the founder of Curu Talk, Kelechi Achafo. Mr. Achafo, welcome. Thanks for joining us. It's been a while. Reporting all the way from Curu Talk headquarters. Now our other headquarters is in London. Mr. London, please introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chimeze. We are still putting the studios in order, but at least you guys can see that I now have a studio to report from live to you in London. And it's quite nice that it's very, very interesting. The episode I come on to actually now hits the ground running. It's an episode where they are trying to pull Kiwi Talk down. But before they pull us down, they will first dig their own grave. Proverbs 26, verse 27. Whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall into it. Pelumi, you have done it. The pit is for you. Chimere, carry on. Thank you very much.
So basically, I have been in talk with the ED of Happiest Ones initiative as of last year. When the scandal happened, we reached out to is it hotline or hotline? I've forgotten the name, how to pronounce the name. And the hotline, executive sanctioned Pelumi and Happiest Ones, also gave them a shadow ban. Happiest Ones was not able to operate because of this said scandal. Now, the second part of the project was not carried on because of this scandal. By now, what I expect from the ED and from Happiest Ones as an organization are a few things. The first thing I'm expecting from Happiest One is an apology letter stating the effect of their damage to the community. Secondly, also an apology to Curitalk, who was the first person that received the project. So the university, through the professor, reached out to Curitalk and reached out for Kelechi Marvelous Achafo, the founder. At that time, Kelechi and myself, we were not in talking terms. We had a little misunderstanding. Humans always have misunderstanding. I am not a perfect person, no, since now they call me Mr. Perfect. Then I did not tell Kelechi about the matter because the professor single-handedly said she wanted an organization and she knew that Curator cannot handle this project, but she wanted a reference of an organization to carry out this project. At that time, I had done the End Homophobia campaign with Happiest One initiative. So I was like, Professor, you could go ahead and do this project with Happiest Ones because I believe at that time that Happiest Ones was credible. After the whole project was handed to Happiest One, a M of O was written, which Q Talk was not added. Things became suspicious when Pelumi decided to tell the professor that, oh, see, she's the one carrying out the project, or since he's the one carrying out the project, Crew Talk should not be put in the memo. I was like, okay, cool. There's no issue there. It's just a paper. After all, you're the one doing the job. We also had a verbal agreement that Crew Talk was going to receive $200, and the organization was going to, Happiest Ones was going to collect $300 in organization compensation. It was also said in the deal that everyone who is a participant of the project was going to be paid $20 at that time. Now, these are the issues with the project. One, people were not paid the exact amount of the money. So instead of people getting $20 at that time with the exchange rate, Pelumi paid them half of the money. Secondly, when the professor and I had this conversation, the deal was that when the participant come for this project, they were going to be given this money, one, either through their banks and the receipt of the transaction recorded and given to us once the project has been completed. Or the second alternative was that in the presence of the professor, the money will be given to the participant. None of this was carried out. That is the second issue with the project. The third thing was that when the scandal came out, we had an in-house meeting with the whole Happiest Ones. They're telling us our time has even finished. Jesus. We had a whole
We have 10 minutes.
we had a whole in-house meeting with the whole, you know, with the whole executive, and we said, okay, fine, people make mistake. Pelumi has made a mistake. Happiest Ones has made a mistake. We agreed in that meeting that those who weren't paid properly will be called back and be paid. Those who weren't paid at all will be paid. And the said individual that was even beaten, that was how far Happiest Ones went to bully anybody who stood on their way. The said individual that was bullied, beaten, was going to be compensated. That was how far this scandal went. I wasn't willing to bring all of this to social media and to the general public if the same things were done. But since Happiest Ones has chosen violence and have tried to pull down the videos and pull down our YouTube channel, this then should come to the public. Let the community decide on this matter. Mr. Kelechi, that is everything I have to say. What do you have to say concerning this matter? Over to you.
Pelumi is somebody that I worked for, that I used to know. That she's one of the people who is one of the gospel. You see her post Jesus 25 times a day on her status, posting about being godly, but yet nothing godly about you. Your life lead on criminality, not throwing jabs. This is fact. Lead on criminality, squandering funds, and what's the word? Destroying foundational projects that if were built on by now, the NGO community or the LGBT community in Nigeria would be something to write home about if they maintained that progress. But because we have all sort of never do well chaps, I'm happy that even Vice, as they're exposing them, the Vice one is another day. We are going to unpack that documentary, and we would remind people that before Vice spoke, we have been speaking out about people. They call us all sort of names. Oh, they are these thing liars, frustrated people. They want to destroy the community. Bad news. But God be the glory. Bigger platforms in Nigeria are seeing them for who they are. Members of their own camp or their own fellow workers are even exposing them for who they are, collecting safe house money, and yet you can't even buy food in the house. How shameful can that be? But speaking on to Pelumi, this is not the first time Pelumi has been accused of being irresponsible. There is a case of her. Let's fund she received. Let her come and account what she used her money for. Your workers accused you of carrying the money to be renting hotels all over Suble. Pelumi left home. I don't want to mention where her house is, but somewhere in Lagos, moved to an hotel to be squandering money, lodging in hotels every time. It was to enjoying her life. Let her come for every money she received, for every grant she has received. Come and account for the project. Give us a breakdown of what you did with those projects. It was a breakdown of what you do with this people. Squandering money. Imagine even calling shameless people. People with also, I checked some of the comments, and there was a comment that posted, "Oh, you are trying to break the community." That's why you made me have to come back. You are trying to break the community also by doing this, by doing that, and break the community. But you are not asking Pelumi that you, by squandering money, are you trying to repair the community or break the community? You, by chasing people, what they know you about is for chronically chasing boys. And what is passing chronically? The assault case she had, which was the word that made her have to step down as an ED, based on, I think it was recommendations by Akonji, was in this court. Let her come and explain those cases. Was it not part of chasing people? And
So that means you're saying Pelumi has two assault cases because like I said in December this time last year she also assaulted her organization bullied one of the participants that spoke out, which I am so sorry that this did not come out and this is coming out right now. But the individual was beaten and I cannot show. I'll blur the picture, but the face of the person, the scars, you will see the scars on the videos.
that one was a physical assault. I think you sent me the pictures. That one was a physical. This one was actually a sexual assault. A very, very big sexual assault. Let me comment. Let's debate. It was a big thing in the community because we did not talk. That's why I remember telling her that the reason why I said not to talk about is because for then in Q talk, I was moving on to a different chapter in my life. I was planning something different for my life, which was obviously to relocate. So I did not want to be battling this person, battling that person. I do not want that JP crime fighter drama, all those. If you I just put away from drama, that what I want to focus on is actually getting myself an education and what's the word actually focus on. But then there was an assault case against her, a sexual assault case that was brought against her. That she tried to was towards sexual. The story is very much raffled in so much. I don't want to even mention the names, but their names. If he wants to debate this, we can go on to do a debate to debate this thing. What happened then? He had to make her step down as a lady on her own organization that she gave us what that she threw forward. But guess what? She was reinstated back. It was there any query? Did they question this thing? What was the conclusion coming to? When we continue to question NGOs for being my worst word foolish and malicious, people will think that we hate them. When we begin to question some of the worst word decisions they take, they will feel like, oh, we hate them, we're complaining against them. Amazing. But there are what facts to show this. Facts to show that most of these NGOs, they are nothing but a bunch of failures. That's what I would say to them. No matter how much they try to patch things up, it begins to fall that what is the structure in process? What is the structure set for even getting an NGO in Nigeria? Because as Kiwi talk, as good as we try to protect ourselves, as much good that we did for the community, most of them were still saying bad things about us. So we begin to ask, what then should be the show? What then is the standard for actually saying that you actually help the community? Is it by collecting money and lodging in hotels like Bedouin, or collecting money and flying in planes like a Franklin that is always flying? He wants to travel from Lagos to Benin, he will go and fly in plane. The money that would have been used to better that 45, that was what 50,000 naira, it was what 80,000 naira, depending on even the time that it was even aviation fuel scarcity. Franklin was still flying plane. When plane went, was what 3 times the amount. That time a trip from Lagos to Benin could cost you about 75k. Franklin was still flying planes. You know, 75k is enough to start a business in some LGBT community members' life in Nigeria. They know what they are doing. But you see them burn the money, same way Pelumi. And Pelumi is not being the one to say this. What even made me angry was she had the guts to even try to get people on her gun. I'm accusing her of it, face because I know that's what she can do. She's a very vindictive person. She has said it to many of us. There are many people that have told me that she's vindictive. You had the right to be reporting our videos to put it down. You must be mad or something. Something must be wrong. You must be bunko to report the videos. Whether you like it or not, no matter how many videos we do, if we have to stay on the case, if I have to sacrifice my time every episode to just be talking about you and different your meetings, some of your meetings in what's the word in Abuja, some of the meetings you had, some of the different. If that's what we will dedicate our time into, exposing NGOs, we'll stay with it. We'll stay on it. We'll not be intimidated. We'll not be blackmailed. No, we'll not be. That's why I said no. The intimidation. That's one thing that will never happen on Q Talk. No matter how much you guys try your best, you are going to end up in shame. Chimenez, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Achafo. So we're running out of time. But before we go, a recap of the news. Happiest Funds has responded, and as we expected Happiest Funds by now to give us legal credibility of all the transaction of people they have paid. Happiest Funds is yet to show us any valuable proof that they have sent or paid this money to the said individual that participated in the Nigeria Mail project of last year through the North Carolina University. Happiest Ones is here to also send us an apology letter. We were promised during the conversation that Happiest Ones will send us an apology letter, as you can see, and that's to be displayed. Instead of Happiest Ones sending us an apology letter with the email we sent, Happiest Ones has been sending us YouTube copyright takedown or privacy takedown. Happiest Ones has been sending us
You
YouTube privacy takedown to take down videos of years ago, to take down this video from files. This is a dent in the image of Happiest Ones. Happiest Ones, we expect you to do the right thing, but right now it shows that you refuse to do the right thing after even being sanctioned by your head on organization or the organization you're under. You still refuse to do the right thing. We pledge that Happiest Ones should please do the right thing. The reason we are speaking is just do the right thing. Pay the people that have not been received, they have not received their money. Pay them. Send our gratuity to Curito. Happiest Ones, you owe us $200, and that $200 you will pay the equivalent today, not even the equivalent last year. If you want to be very blunt, you will pay that equivalent of that $200 today. And this has been Curio Talk Breaking News Wahala, and I remain Chimere Henry. Stay tuned.